look, I know when you are going through a breakup or a challenging time in your relationship, it can be really easy to lose yourself and feel lost or down or like there's something wrong with you, but you realize you're still a goddess, right? I was absolutely heartbroken a few years ago because the man I loved suddenly left me, and I went from thinking things were perfect and beautiful and moving forward to suddenly being left behind and replaced with someone else. And I cannot even express the amount of pain that I felt in that time. And yet that experience became one of the greatest catalysts for my major comeback moment. I went super deep into the pain and the grief and all the layers of feminine wounding that I had because of this experience, and the layers of trauma from other past experiences that I still had been holding in my energetic field and in my heart. And I started looking at the masculine and feminine dynamics and the energetics around in which ways I was actually showing up from a wounded feminine template and stuck in codependency or judgment or blame, or the ways that he was not showing up in a higher masculine like I would have desired. And I got to see the dynamics that were at play in the ways that we weren't actually the perfect compatible match at that time, and we both had so much learning and growth to do in order to create the most healthy, harmonious relationship. I also focused on deep womb healing around past traumas that I'd experienced and major empowerment work so that I could see that I was worthy even with the circumstances, even with the ways things played out and I felt left behind and abandoned. And I had to find my own confidence and empowerment to move forward as a more embodied and whole and integrated version of myself. So I allowed myself to grieve the relationship and grieve what I hoped would have been, and start focusing on myself and reconnecting to my passions, my purpose, bringing my vibrancy back and living for myself and my higher purpose. And I went on to co-author a best-selling book, hit my first $20,000 month in my business, moved to Mexico and spend the next 6 months there living a block from the beach and changing my business and showing up in new ways in the world and in my relationships, and ultimately deepening a new level of self-love. But none of this would have happened if I continued to stay stuck in the pain for longer, or if I allowed it to consume me, and if I wouldn't have had the tools and the mental strength to catalyze that pain into something beautiful and turn it into purpose and allow it to actually empower me to rise up and become even better, even more full, and even more in love with who I am, instead of becoming stuck and disempowered and repeating the cycle with someone else. So you've got to prioritize your inner healing if you want to attract something better in the future, and realize how worthy you are regardless of who you're seeing or what's going on, or whether you're single or with someone or not. Your worth comes from you, and nobody can take that away from you once you reclaim it and own it.